Plant structures for survival. Plants are like skyscrapers. They are well built and strong. Like skyscrapers, plants have structures that help them survive and keep them standing firm. A structure is a collection of the organized parts that together provide shape and solidity. A plant structure also provides other benefits, as it contributes to a plant's growth, behavior, and ability to reproduce. Like a skyscraper needs to withstand heavy winds and harsh weather, a plant needs to brave many of the elements. It also needs the right systems in place to get what it needs, and the structure provides these advantages. Different plants are not so different. If you walked around a working farm, you would find many different types of plants. You'd see flowering plants as well as plants that provide fruit or vegetables. You might see thorny roses, sprouting corn, or apple trees, and you might even find some plants that are poisonous. All of these diverse living things are considered plants, yet they are very different. On the other hand, these plants are alike in some ways. They all have the same needs: sunlight, water, and nutrients, and many plants are made from similar structures of roots, stems, and leaves. These plant parts help them grow. Structures that help plants grow. Plants can't grow without water and nutrients, so the roots are fundamental to a plant's life. Growth starts with the roots, as behind the scenes. They work hard to provide for the whole plant. The roots transport water and nutrients from the soil up through the stem of the plant. Not only do the roots send these essentials to the rest of the plant, but they provide a foundation to the plant by holding it into the ground. A good skyscraper has stability, and so does a healthy plant, thanks in part to the roots. The stem also provides the plant with structure, as it holds up the leaves and flowers, in addition to serving as a pipeline for water and nutrients from the roots to the rest of the plant. If plants did not have the structure that the stem provides, they could not grow. Plants grow through the process called photosynthesis, in which they use the energy from the sun to make their own food. The leaves are important to this process because they collect the sunlight and water from the stem as well as carbon dioxide from the air to make sugar, the plant food. If not for the leaves, plants would starve. Structures that affect plant behavior. Not only do plant structures help plants to grow, but they also are responsible for certain plant behaviors. One of the most interesting of these behaviors is the phenomenon of carnivorous plants. Carnivorous describes a living thing that eats meat. Have you ever seen a plant eat meat? Carnivorous plants, such as the Venus flytrap, munch on insects in their vicinity. Carnivorous plants have structures such as colorful leaves and flowers that attract insects and other bite sized treats for them to gobble for a meal. Some have entrapment tools such as thorns, poison, or stickiness that suck insect in, never to return. Interestingly, these plants can survive without eating the meat of insects. Yet, they capture them because their prey offers additional nutrients. Eating insects actually makes these plants grow faster and make more seeds, enabling their survival. Plant structures can adapt to environmental changes, and these adaptations are crucial to plant survival. Many plants slow down their activity and growth to prepare for the harsh winter ahead and to conserve energy. If there are conditions in the environment, such as reduced sunlight, chillier temperatures, or sudden climate changes, some plants slow down their activity in a period of rest called dormancy. Dormancy affects the structures of plants. For example, a seed can delay its development until conditions are right for growth. Then the seeds begins to germinate again when the combination of temperature, moisture, and nutrients are optimal. Structures that help plants reproduce. A plant structure helps it grow, respond to nature, and even reproduce. To reproduce, flowering plants need pollination, the process that moves pollen from one plant to another plant's stigma. The stigma is a sticky part of a plant that is ideal for trapping pollen. Pollination brings on the process of fertilization and leads to the development of a new seed. This process can be helped along by bees and other animals that buzz from one flower to the next looking for nectar. These brief visitations spread the pollen around, causing the pollen to land on another flower stigma, beginning the reproductive process. Seed dispersal. There are multiple ways plants move their newly created seeds out into the world of growth. This process is called seed dispersal. Sometimes plants simply drop seeds to the ground in their general vicinity, but this method is problematic as baby and parent will eventually have to compete for the same sunlight, water, and nutrients. Some seeds are picked up and blown by the wind, and other seeds float on the transportation that a nearby body of water provides. Some seeds are dispersed on the backs or in the stomachs of animals. Seeds can hide in an animal's digestive system until they are released through the animal onto the ground where they land. In another amazing method of seed dispersal, some plants can fling their seeds out into the open air like a rocket launch. Plants have many structures in place to assist the reproductive process. Plants are built for growth, like a tall building that has been built to withstand the elements and to adapt to change. Plants are made of foundational structures. These structures allow plants to grow, to reproduce, and to adapt to change. The next time you see a flower, or indeed any plant, consider all that goes on behind the scenes to bring you that sweet smelling rose or that crunchy apple.